Hey guys, Sam LG here with my next video. Today I'm going to be reviewing a Jeep Rubicon 2015. It's a fantastic car actually, and I want to thank the coworker of mine that let me review the car. Thank you so much. And with that said, let's jump right into the review. So taking a look from the outside of the car, it looks really big. I mean, bigger than I'm used to anyway. Now, I've never actually reviewed a Jeep. I've never driven a Jeep or anything like that. So all of the reactions or what I'm going to be saying, it's like a first time deal for me. So just bear with me. So looking at the car from the sides, I mean, it's again, super big car. But what it kind of reminds me of is that of almost a Hummer. Not in terms of size, but in terms of just the way that, I should say, the shape, the different shapes that the car has. It's really hard to explain, but that's just kind of what it reminds me of. And kind of going through just kind of a little bit of the history of the car. Jeep has been around for a very long time. Actually, AMC was the first company that started to make the Jeeps. It was called the Civilian Jeep, CJ. And after that, Chrysler Corporation, I believe, bought AMC. And then over the time, it's grown to Daimler Chrysler, and now, what is it, Chrysler Fiat? Anyway, so they now make this car. It's super fantastic. I've never sat in one, and actually it's super comfortable. I never thought it would be this way, just because I thought Jeeps were the kinds of cars that are just kind of bare bone, just kind of the bare minimum, because people kind of take this up on the mountains and do mudding and all that. But it's a really comfortable car. I've got to say, I'm really surprised actually. So kind of moving on to the door panel itself, it's pretty interesting. And I know that's not something people normally say about a door, but it's super thin, definitely thinner than on my car. And the cool thing about these doors is they actually pop off. So if you ever want to go off-roading, you can just pop the doors off, go off-roading. The top comes off. I should have a shot of that right about now where you guys can see the different sections of the top, and it comes off in different pieces. And it's just super nice because you can turn this into a convertible without doors and just go straight up to the mountains and do whatever you want. And then pop it back on and boom, it becomes a everyday driver. The trunk itself, it's a split kind of a trunk, so the bottom half of it swings out and then the top window just kind of swings up, and then you have a ton of room in the back. It's got a ton of room back there, I gotta say. In fact, it's probably got more room than some of the other SUVs of this size, so it's great. The car is super roomy. My seat is pulled really far forward, and even with that said, I have a ton of room with my feet and everything. I can reach the pedals, and it's not like super uncomfortable. I don't have to move the chair back at all or anything. So that's really nice. I mean, the car is super comfortable, like I said. Jeep has really gone all out with making the seats much more comfortable than some of the older models that I've seen around. And with all of that said, then we kind of jump into the instrument cluster up in the front. So again, very basic. You got your gas gauge, your heat, then speedometer, tachometer. That's about it. You're not going to get a whole lot with this car. And again, that's just to keep it super basic. However, you do have, Bluetooth and all of the modern features that you would need. And aside from that, I mean, you're not going to find, I mean, I'm sure it does have, but in this car, there is no navigation. So again, it just kind of keeps it super basic, which I think is really nice coming from Jeep to keep their cars the way it's been for such a long time. It's really great. And then we move on to the center part of the dash, the console, and we got the standard radio. I've seen this in a lot of other Chryslers. Then you got the standard vents, and you kind of move on down. You got the power windows here in the middle, which I really like. It's kind of like I had on my first BMW. I think it's much better to have it here in the center than it is to have it on the door. So the power windows thing in the middle, really, really nice. I definitely like it. And then moving down, we have the climate control switches, and then we move further down, we got the shifter and the 4x4 lever, which switches the car into 4-wheel drive or 4x4, I forget which. But with all of that said, let's start the car. So first impressions of driving the car, much more comfortable than I thought it would be. I thought Jeeps were much more stiffer, just so you can feel the road and everything, especially when you go off-roading, but in this case, not really true. Way comfortable. In fact, even more comfortable than my car, so that's saying a lot. But yeah, comfort-wise, really great. The brakes hold up really well. You barely even have to push it, and the thing just gets right on it. So I'm really happy with that. Some of the other features I didn't really notice that the car had until I looked was it's got heated exterior mirrors, which I think are just great. It just adds more features to the car, more comfort features, I guess. But the gas pedal is super great. You barely even touch it, and the car just gets right on it. The car, as far as I know, the Rubicons at least for 2015, they came in 3 different engine sizes, ranging from 2.8 liters up to 3.6, I believe, with 6 cylinders. So the car's got a lot of power in there, a lot of pickup and go. I can't really say anything for the torque because I haven't actually looked at the torque, although you guys might see something right about there. Anyway, great car, very comfortable. Barely step on the gas and it goes. The brakes hold up really well. As far as turning, I can't say anything for oversteer or understeer because I'm still learning what those words actually mean and how they apply. But as far as the suspension and comfort levels, it's very comfortable. Taking a turn, it doesn't really, the car doesn't roll as much as, let's say, a Chevy Tahoe. I've had a Chevy Tahoe, I've driven a Chevy Tahoe, I know what that feels like, and I thought with the Tahoe being an American-made car and this being an American-made car that there would be some kind of similarities, but I don't really see any. There's definitely less of that swing from the back with this car, and that's just even better, really, because I never really liked the swing in the back, so it's great. It keeps the car leveled, especially when you're going off-roading, so I think that's great. Jeep really made a really comfortable car, and I'm definitely enjoying it. And with all of that said, I mean, just kind of going back and looking at the big picture, you never would have thought, I never would have thought at least, that Jeep would have made something like this, where it's just a comfortable car that you can, you know, drive around in as an everyday use kind of a car. But they did. The Rubicon is great. The best 4-door Jeep I've ever seen, and actually I'm loving the color combo on this. So there you guys have it. I mean, there's not a lot of information that I'm giving out here, but again, I've never really driven a Jeep. I never really knew what to expect from this, and I mean, based on the reactions you guys have seen, even though they were far less than I was expecting, great car, very comfortable, and I'm definitely happy my coworker let me review this car. So again, thank you to my coworker, and that's pretty much it for the video. So thank you guys all for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Please like this video if you want to see more videos like this, and with that, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.